welcome back to another Inside Edition of Voice of Victory Lane podcast with Kip Thompson. Hope everyone's had a great week and a great weekend. Last weekend, I tell you, I had a ball. I had a great time inside the Carolina Bull Ring. The Fayetteville Motor Speedway was no doubt the greatest place to watch the race. We had the Cash Money 100 with the Steel Block Bandits in the house, and I really want to thank all of our fans, all of our drivers, all of our teams for coming to be a very, very special part of the Ricky Sullivan Memorial. It was a great race, and the fans, you definitely did your job. You were actually there, and you actually showed up, and you showed out, and we had a really, really good program. Before we get started tonight, as always, we like to take time to thank our show sponsor, Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, Tony and Bobby Jackson. They will come to your place for your event for 30 people or more, and they will come in and show out and do a great, great job for you. They have a big, wide menu. Be sure to go on their Facebook page where you can find their email address and their telephone number, and you need to contact them today. All right, so we're going to jump into the show tonight. Special guest, he and I spent some time together this weekend in Racing for Heroes Victory Lane, and we've actually spent a lot of time together this year inside of Racing for Heroes Victory Lane, especially inside the Fayetteville Motor Speedway. Tonight's special guest, he's the driver of the number 11 Bentley House Movers 602 Sport Modified, a good friend out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Eric Bentley, hey, buddy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, yeah, man. I just knew Saturday night after you had pulled out the broom and, you did the sweep for the weekend. Not only did you win on Friday night, you went on Saturday night. We talked about having you on the show, and you immediately agreed. And, man, I was happy about that. And we're super excited to have you here. I want to congratulate you not only on actually, we're going to congratulate you on a couple of things. Sweeping the weekend, back-to-back wins. Going to congratulate you on winning 5 out of the 6 races that you have entered in, and also everything you did Saturday night kind of completed 2022 for the points at Fayetteville Motor Speedway, and you are the 602 Sport Modified points champion inside of Fayetteville Motor Speedway, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we to win the points deal, you got to definitely have a lot of luck on your side, because you can't have no motor problems, everything's kind of got to fall your way. So luckily everything did. And on top of that, we had some speed too, so everything kind of went our way.
Oh, yeah, you definitely put on a show in all the races this year, especially the races that you've won. And one thing that I thought was actually kind of cool, if you remember, I made mention of it in Victory Lane. It was either Friday night or Saturday night. At one of the events this weekend, they were in the middle of doing the track prep during intermission. And you came by and looked at me and said, "Hey, man, hey, what are they doing? What are they doing the track?" I was like, "Dude, man, hey, I don't know. I just talk about racing. I don't know what's going on." And then you looked back at me and said, "Hey, it don't matter. That number 11 is going to be fast." And you led up to it, man, and put on a heck of a show. You remember that?
Yes, sir. I didn't. I kind of liked the track the way it was. For practice qualifying, it was a little rough, but it was starting to clean off a little bit. And they went out there and wet it and rolled it back down, but it was either way, it was a good racing surface.
Yeah, it was a great racing surface both nights, man. I don't know, something within the Fayetteville Motor Speedway ever since the Big C Memorial, the Carolina Clash was in town, when we had that big super late model race. Wayne Gray, Freddie, Dave, all of that crew who does the prep on that racetrack, I think they've got something figured out. They got something figured out.
For sure. Yeah, it's starting to, ever since they moved them tires down there to the bottom, it's definitely made it a lot wider. And when you catch somebody and got a little momentum, you got somewhere to go now. So you ain't just following the leader all the way around there.
Yeah, so once they did make it wider and move the tires down, you like it better?
Oh, yeah, for sure. The middle is still the preferred line because it's got more banking. You can carry more momentum. But like Saturday night, there were so many laps around there, the middle was pretty much gone, so you had to find the brown down there. But still, if you caught somebody, you can still keep some momentum. You know what I mean? You had plenty of track to pass them. You could still get underneath them.
Well, that's one of the things I know on behalf of Fayetteville Motor Speedway with David Mitchell and those guys. They like to hear positive feedback from the drivers. Oh. It was something that, Dave's wanted to do since he got here, is to actually make it a racy racetrack. And I think
yeah, because early on it was almost too fast. It was almost too much momentum. But now, like I said, now opening the bottom up, you kind of slowed the momentum down. It's still fast, but you can still, when you catch that guy, you don't have to follow him. You can drop to the bottom, and then as the race goes on, everybody's moving down, finding traction.
Yeah, well, another thing that you mentioned Saturday night, which really struck something within me. We always give a driver who is in victory lane an opportunity to thank all of those people that help him, and you did that. And I'm gonna give you an opportunity, to do that here in just a few moments. But the last name you called out the other night said, "Hey, I also want to thank Randy Calder." And, I made mention to you, and I say it on this show, Randy Calder, man, has been around dirt track racing in this area for so many years. And people have no idea how many teams, how many drivers that he's been involved with as a crew chief or part of a crew per se, and the wins that he has experienced. And I'm so glad, man, that you gave props where props are due, because those guys who are behind the scenes that really, really turn those wrenches, a lot of times, don't get a whole lot of a love or a shout out. And I'm glad you did that, because I'd love to have Randy on the show sometime.
Yeah. Randy, he's definitely he's been around for a long time, and really ever since I started racing, he's been helping me, because he was with Chris. He helped Chris, and then he started helping Daniel. And when him and Daniel butt their heads together, they come up with some genius stuff. I mean, it's having them two in my corner is definitely a big help.
Well, and also you called out the name of my hero, the X Factor, Chris Parker. He's been my hero ever since, day one. Chris Parker, and that whole group there, how awesome it is, man, to see that legacy of that family, from Dwayne Parker, Danny Parker, Chris Parker, you, Daniel, and even Chris and Dustin, there's just racing all around in that family, man, and it's just a real cool deal, because it's just, that Parker name has been like a staple in dirt track racing in our area for many years. And I know, man, that's got to mean a lot to you to kind of keep that legacy going.
Oh, yes, sir. It like I said, it means a lot, because they just know what's going on. I didn't jump into this feet first not having any help. Like they knew everything that kind of led me in the right direction. I didn't jump out there just scratching my head trying to figure out what to do. Like Daniel, he lives right across the street. I call him anytime, and he just, "Hey man, well, you might want to try this. You might want to try that." So it's definitely a big help.
Well, Daniel Parker says try it. I believe I'd take him up on it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got one note in my toolbox where it said Eric was right, and I think that's the only time I ever was right. We wrote the date down and everything.
I hear you with that. So, well, what we're going to do, we're going to give Eric Bentley a few moments here to talk about everybody who helps him, and also we're going to talk about a big, huge weekend that he's got coming up. And but first, we're going to take a real quick break and hear from our show sponsor, Raging Rooster Catering.
Tonight's show is being sponsored by Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. We cater any event, big or small, weddings, holiday events, and festivals. Call us today, 910-237-4565. Follow us on Facebook at Raging Rooster Catering. We invite you to come get you some.
All right, race fans, welcome back to the second half of another Inside Edition of Voice of Victory Lane podcast with Kip Thompson. Our special guest tonight is Eric Bentley out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Just recently named the 2022 602 Sport Modified Track Champion inside the Carolina Bull Ring at the Fayetteville Motor Speedway. Eric, as we jump back into the show, we've talked about the awesome season that you've had. Yes, you won the points championship. Congratulations on that. And also a big, huge sweep this weekend in front of a huge crowd inside the Fayetteville Motor Speedway. Let's talk about some of those people on a weekly basis that help you get to where you've been able to claim a track championship this year.
Yes, sir. We it's most of the time during the week. Wilson's here about every day, about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Wilson Hardy's out there, and he's out there right now getting tires and stuff on for Charlotte, going over the car. And like I said, most of all, Daniel Parker. He without him, I probably would never see Victory Lane. He has I owe a lot of credit to him, and my mom and dad. Without my mom and dad, Bentley house movers on the side of the car, I wouldn't have a car for Daniel to work on. So Everybody that contributes, and you got Chris and Heather, DBP Builders, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing. You got Larry Parker with Certified Heating and Air. He does just about anything for me. I can call him, and I mean everybody around me, man, is like family. My sponsors that are on the car, they're businesses, but at the same time they're family. So it's good.
It's like I said earlier, in that whole little mixture there, it's kind of like I've said it before with other families that race. It's kind of like old Hank Williams says, man, it's just old family tradition.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It don't get much better than that, especially them nights when everybody does show up, even though they all, show up to drink beer. It's still nice to have everybody there. You know what I mean? Have a big old crowd there, especially when we win one.
Oh yeah, well, you if you keep winning and keep bringing the crowd with you, we're gonna have to make concrete bigger up there.
Yes, sir.
I almost fell off the pad twice getting everybody in a picture.
Come on now, we start standing on the car.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's all good. So now that we thanked our sponsors, we thanked everybody who helps you get to where you are for 2022 being named the track champion. Let's talk about what's up next. Headed to Charlotte Motor Speed, the dirt track at Charlotte. At Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend. And, man, we wish you all the best of luck. I'll say that to you, and I'll go above and beyond that to all of our local drivers who are in our Fayetteville area, whatever class you're driving in. If you are participating this weekend at the dirt track at Charlotte, on behalf of Voice of Victory Lane podcast, on behalf of Fayetteville Motor Speedway, and every fan, we wish every one of you guys the best of luck. And Eric, man, we'll say that to you too, man. We hope you go down there and have it. And let's talk about what this weekend's going to bring for you.
It's going to bring really just excitement. Really excited about it. We've went down there and finished second last year. And as of yesterday, my brother sent me a text message and said there was already like 42 late models signed in. And I think there was like 53 open wheels or 50 open wheels already signed in. And I'm not even signed up yet. I got to do that here in a little bit. So I know there's probably another handful of people or 20 cars or so that ain't signed up. So it's gonna be interesting just running against the competition and stuff.
Oh yeah, well, there's no doubt you'll be racing against some of the best in the country. But hey, I'm proud to know that you're going because you're gonna be representing us down here from the Fayetteville Motor Speedway and Voice of Victory Lane podcast. And man, we just wish you the best of luck. And hey, so is Daniel going to take his 602?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We both finished second last year, so we're looking for one spot better.
There you go.
Him and Randy's over there thrashing right now.
Oh, I don't doubt it. They're two great minds there, working hard to try and get it done. Well, man, we thank you for taking time to be on the show. I know you got a busy week as you prepare to go to Charlotte. This is a huge deal for you. Best wishes, best of luck to you, and you guys be safe and everything. And I hope to be able to hear a good report from you, man, when you get back home.
Thank you. Are you gonna be at Fayetteville November 27th for the Mideast deal?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
All right. Well, go ahead and get my checker flag ready. I need one more of them.
Okay, you did go and have one. You got like a lovely collection. It's like glasses like they used to do with the Tasmanian Devil at Hardee's. They have a lovely collection of 16.
Yes,
you're gonna have to move in another house with Bentley house movers to have wall space to put all the flags.
Yeah, I hung some over my car, and the rest of them I've been handing out to kids and stuff. After the race, I've been giving them out to the kids.
Hey, well, listen, since you mentioned kids, and I've thrown all these congratulations out to you, I want you to join me right now, and you can send out a big congratulations yourself, too. I want all of our fans to know who saw maybe a post that we made this afternoon. We love all of our racers, but we have a really big special place in our heart for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And of Racing for Heroes Victory Lane, the people who are there on behalf of Voice of Victory Lane podcast and everybody in our area, we want to give a big, huge congratulations out to Clay Blackwell. Today at Grays Creek Elementary School, he was inducted into the Beta Club. And not only was he inducted to the Beta Club, he is at this point in the school year, he is a straight A student, drives the junior sprint number 6 Blackwell landscaping junior sprint car, and a great little kid on and off the track. And big, huge congratulations. Keep up the good work, buddy. Yeah. Hey, we're super proud of you. Hey, Eric, that's awesome for a little dude, man, to be Beta Club, straight A's, and winning races. He's got it going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, he's got a lot to look forward to, man. He can definitely drive.
Yeah, he can drive, and his brother Chase is doing a phenomenal job in the 602 Sport Mods too. Only be his age.
Yeah, he was on Zach's ankles there, what was it, 2 weeks ago or whatever, when he finished second. So yeah, his win is coming right up. He'll be there for
Yeah, see that race, there was a caution that came out, a 20-lap feature, lap 18. Here comes a caution, but then you got 2 laps to go, 2 Blackwell cars, a 2-lap Blackwell shootout, and a Blackwell was winning no matter what.
Yeah.
To see both Zach and Clay there, and Zach and Chase. The thing of that is it was really when they all got up to victory lane, you couldn't tell who won because they were so happy for one another. We had an awesome show with them, and did that with both Zach and Chase, and it was absolutely awesome. The whole entire Blackwell family was up there, and yes, you're right. His win, his day in victory lane is coming sooner than later. Hey, listen, we're going to wrap up the show tonight. Our special guest is Eric Bentley out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hey, congratulations on a great season and best of luck this weekend in Charlotte, Eric.
Thank you.
All right, man, we appreciate you being on the show. And as we close out, we always want to thank our show sponsor, Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. They will feed a group of 30 people or more. They have a great menu. Look them up on Facebook. You'll find their email address and their telephone number, and you can get in touch with them today. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And as always, be on the lookout. I could be coming to a racetrack near you very soon. You could be who we're talking about next right here on our show. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you again soon.